Stars, superstars, legends have held this championship belt. For 15 years, some of the best in this country and in the entire world have fought for this championship belt. And once again, I have earned the right, the honour and the prestige of being introduced as the W3L Heavyweight Champion. You know, there was a time that holding this belt paid me a service, but now in 2018, I intend on paying that back. You see, I now see it as my job to prove when that bell rings that being the W3L Heavyweight Champion means you are one of the best wrestlers in this world. And that is exactly what I'm going to prove. See, I've issued a challenge, and that challenge goes out to W3L management to find me the toughest, meanest, biggest, nastiest challenger they can and send them to the Summer Spectacular for me to defend this championship against. See, the fifth reign has begun, and I'm ready to saddle up and go. If you think you can go, you answer the challenge, and I'll prove you wrong.
Hey there folks, welcome once again to Wrestling Showdown here on the W3L network. You've just heard from the new 5-time W3L Heavyweight Champion Mike Musso. He is set for our Summer Spectacular coming up at the Ice in Kirkcaldy on August the 4th. He'll defend the title against anyone he says who will step up to face him. You'll find out on that day. And let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, it's a spectacular indeed. Mike Musso is going to be defending the Heavyweight Championship against an as yet unnamed opponent. Dickie Divers will be defending his newly won Wrestling Showdown Championship there. We know that Colt Cabana is going to be joining us. All your W3L favourites and so much more besides. And of course, it's not just that one event. We have a weekend of events. The day before is us and SSW joining forces in Linlithgow. Colt Cabana will be there as well. And then on this Sunday, that's August the 5th, W3L hits Berwick upon Tweed to round out our weekend in fine fashion. 3 amazing events. I'll tell you how to get tickets in just a moment. But I mentioned that Dickie Divers will be at the Showdown Summer Spectacular to defend the Wrestling Showdown Championship. His opponent has not yet been determined, but W3L management have narrowed it down to 4 individuals, and they're going to pit them against each other over the next couple of weeks to determine just which person stands out from the pack and will get that shot at the newly inaugurated Wrestling Showdown Championship. Certainly Dickie Divers will be watching closely because one of the men you're going to be seeing this week and indeed next week potentially could be his opponent. So who could it be? Well, up first we have 2 men who have had a very different 2018 here in W3L. On the one hand, it's TJ Rage. He's not been around W3L very much this year. His commitments elsewhere have kept him away, but he intends to come back and aim straight for Dickie Divers and the Showdown Championship. Opposing him though is the original Craig Stevens, who made a heck of a return to the World Wide Wrestling League at 7 Deadly Sins, getting all the way into semi-finals. So it's a high stakes match. It's 2 tough competitors. Who will be the person to win this contest? Who will take one step closer to potentially challenging Dickie Divers for the Wrestling Showdown Championship at our Summer Spectacular? Let's find out by going to the ring. Should very quickly point out that we're outside for once because it's been glorious weather, right? I'll let Joe Fordyce fill you in on that as we go along, but don't be alarmed. W3L takes it outdoors as TG Rage takes on Craig Stevens.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe Fordyce on the Wrestling Showdown, and for the first time ever in Wrestling Showdown history, we're outside. Normally we're inside a variety of venues up and down the country, but we're outside for once. This is actually the car park behind the WPL headquarters. So I do need to make you aware that we may have to stop the match at some point and dismantle the ring if any vehicles do need to park. But assuming that doesn't happen, we have a singles contest lined up for you. We see the original Craig Stevens at the front of the ring in the white trunks, taking on TJ Rage in the red singlet. Now, TJ Rage hasn't been on Showdown since December of last year. He's in some tag team action, but here he is in the singles ranks. We saw Stevens about a month ago taking on Big Dave Jeremy right here on Wrestling Showdown. Stevens having his problems with the audience. They're not particular fans of his, and can't really blame them. I mean, he does have a bit of a sour attitude. Certainly you can say his success has gone to his head. Of course, he made his return to W3L at 7 Deadly Sins, and of course he won the opening round battle royal, got a bye in the semi-finals. It was a big accolade for him. He did eventually get defeated in the semi-finals by tenacious Johnny Lyons, but even so, it's still a very good account of himself. Rather cleverly decided to sneak attack Lyons his way to the ring as well, so he's no slouch as the original Craig Stevens. He's been in a bit of a role here in W3L. Defeat Big Dave Jeremy, but now he's got the bigger TJ Rage, who isn't budging. And Stevens is a powerful guy. He works out a lot, as you can tell. In fact, both men do. But Rage was not shifting. And Stevens has something of a personal issue in this match, because these two men wrestled back in July of 2015, one-on-one. It was TJ Rage that won that contest. Stevens hasn't forgot that and would like to redress that balance. Because a lot of things have happened. Both men have improved a lot since 2015. TJ Rage has faced a lot of top competition, been all over the place. So as difficult as he was to beat then, it's going to be even more so now. Security keeping people back from the ring just so that they don't get trampled on. This crowd firmly on TJ Rage's side, and again understandable, because it's not like Stevens necessarily endears himself to anyone. He does have a lot of ability, but just his attitude that poses the problem. He ducks round, waistlock, and then at the side headlock. TJ Rage almost looks like he's quite nonchalant here, and he can't quite believe this is what Stevens is doing to him. Rage fires him at the ropes, and Stevens is unable to bud TJ Rage. I think Stevens is unhappy with that. I'm saying he wasn't ready, that would explain it. I don't know what he's going to do, he's nothing going this time. No, he doesn't. I mean, it's not to want to try, to be fair. I mean, Stevens can knock down a lot of people because he does work out wise. He's kind of built his physique up over the years, particularly his height as well from WTL. But as it stands, he's not able to move. TJ Rage just casually moves out of the way. I'm not even sure if Craig Stevens has realised that. Either that, he really intends to go up ahead of steam, and I think he's twigged. And hang on, there's some sort of, what is that? Some sort of alien? Some sort of pink-headed creature has wandered past the screen. Now, I don't think that's meant to be part of one of the matches. There's a slim chance that is the receptionist from W3L headquarters. Not, to be fair, a place I'm often in. But if you've ever phoned up W3L HQ, it could be her that you end up speaking to. Obviously, I cannot confirm that, so please don't treat that as gospel. As Craig Stevens getting his face smashed into the turnbuckle pads. This is a good opportunity for some of the W3L Jungle fans to get up close and personal, see W3L in action. No seating, of course, again, just to stand around the ring. Giving it a unique flavour, plus again we're outdoors for once, so both men can work on their tans. There's TJ Rage, another atomic drop. Craig Stevens, a comfortable landing, and gets kicked out of the ring. Now, as usual in W3L, we don't have mats at ringside, but there is some grass, so it'll be a slightly softer landing for Craig Stevens out. Stevens just to the right of the ring, in front of what appears to be a giant Tunnix caramel wafer. Most other caramel wafers are available. Stevens just spending time on the floor. TJ Rage taking the referee away so he can count out Craig Stevens. Two have become quite pally. And Rage has decided that he's going to have to get Stevens back in by himself. He's going chasing after him. Stevens moving out the way. Remember, if you are at one of these events, ladies and gentlemen, please keep back from the ring. You don't want to be trampled on by Craig Stevens. TJ Rage is quite calm now. Craig Stevens back in, claiming the higher ground. Look, he's in the ring. Rage isn't. But it takes a lot to face TJ Rage. He's been around for a good old while. Doesn't compete in W3L a heck of a lot. His commitments to the West of Scotland tend to keep him very busy. There's a lot of training as well. He's both working as a personal trainer and training other wrestlers. See W3L's receptionist getting a close-up look at what's going on. Apologies, her hairstyle does block a lot of the camera view. I do apologise for that. Quite how she fits her headset onto it. We'll talk to her today. Doing the switchboard, I'm not really sure. And Rage has got hold of the Stevens. I think he may have grabbed him by the nipples, but that I cannot confirm. Oh! And the receptionist firing off some punches to Craig Stevens. He's obviously been quite abrupt with her when he's had to phone up management. I know. Hang on, she's applied a full Nelson, and TJ Rage has grabbed Craig Stevens again. And that can't be pleasant. I'm not really sure if that should count as disqualification, should it? I mean, she is technically staff, but, you know, not really wrestling staff. Still hope nobody's trying to contact W3L for any reason, because I feel that the switchboard is unmanned. Sorry, woman. And Craig Stevens just recovering in the ring. His body's racked in pain. TJ Rage taking a lap of honour here. Oh, and Stevens stomped on his arm as he got in. It's one of the downsides actually to having that happen, to be the second man in the ring, because... Oh, hang on, the receptionist is kissing it better. I apologise, I don't actually know her name. Rage with that sore hand, just shaking it off. Again, it's the downside to when you're the second person in the ring. It's that you can easily be attacked when you climb back in. It makes it kind of difficult. Rage's head now is sore. Hang on, the receptionist kissing the head. Well, she headbutted him, they're kissing it better, but I think it's the thought that counts, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a bizarre turn of events. Now Craig Stevens is going around the ring. And now Rage is in first, and Stevens made the mistake going after him, and now TJ Rage has got in the ring. Again, the receptionist, Amy Winehouse hairstyle is blocking a lot of the view, I do apologise. Stevens climbing up the ring. Oh, and Rage kicked the middle rope, and Craig Stevens took that rope where, well, somewhere delicate, let's say. And Stevens complaining about something. Certainly his voice has got a bit higher than it was before. Much to the delight of this crowd, that they quite enjoyed seeing TJ Rage get the better from there. And TJ going after him, and Stevens running off. And right to the eyes, Craig Stevens will happily break rules when he has to, or whenever he wants to, it seems like. He's got a streak going in W3L, doesn't want to let that one go. Certainly here on Showdown. And Stevens throttling TJ Rage in the middle rope, all these fans trying to show their support. And if you even apply a 5 count. In fairness, Stevens is breaking before the 5. So he is able to do that. Hang on, goes for a cover. And TJ Rage backed him in a corner. Stevens just stomping away on him. All these fans want to see what will happen. Will TJ Rage able to come back? Is the match going to go funneling Craig Stevens' way? Currently it's looking like it's the latter. The original Craig Stevens getting the better of TJ Rage. He's got back to his feet. Stevens hits the shoulder block. Standing right in the midsection. Hang on. Oh, moves out of the way. TJ may have been slightly baiting him in. And now a series of strikes. And he's got him up. Could go for a running power slam. Stevens slips out and rakes the eyes. And not so much raked as gouging at them. Really dug his fingers in deep. Referee going for the cover. They are allowing it to be made. Going for the count again. I'm not sure that necessarily that's what she should have been doing, seeing as it's a blatant rule-breaking manoeuvre that Stevens was doing, trying to gouge the eyes that led to that pinfall attempt. However, that's what the referee called for. Seemed to allow it. Was it Stevens down to stomp away on TJ Rage? That's for that double axe handle. And TJ Rage, I think he's reached the end of his tether. And he just forearms Craig Stevens, spread his head still on his shoulders there. Oh, went for a big boot. And his momentum turned him round and Stevens hit the axe handle and now throttling him in the middle rope. We saw this before, trying to slow down TJ Rage. Cut the oxygen out of his lungs. Decrease that momentum they had going. When he fired back some solid strikes. If he'd hit that big boot, that may have been what he needed to properly turn the match in his favour. Stevens go for a cover again, but TJ Rage able to kick out once more. Now Stevens with that chin lock. Rage is right by the ropes though, has a foot in the ropes. That'll cause the break. Stevens held on to that as long as he could, took every bit of that 5 count, knowing that every millisecond that that chin lock was continually applied would be to TJ Rage's detriment. Oh, Rage with reversing the Irish whip, and Stevens hit the corner hard, and he crashed in there. Applying a count. We'll see who gets up before the count of 10. Will it be TJ Rage? Will it be the original Craig Stevens? Currently Rage is up. Stevens, oh, went for a shot, but Rage getting the better of him here. Don't they strike with TJ Rage? This man hits really hard and throws himself at Craig Stevens, and again, and the third time definitely the charm. Stevens collapses, TJ Rage hooks the leg and nearly gets it. I don't know if Rage is going to try and position Stevens with something else, but Stevens kind of collapsed. TJ Rage immediately in for that cover. It's the only one he's really done in maybe like the past 5-10 minutes or so. I think he's going to power slam him if he gets the opportunity, and he can certainly lift him with ease. Rage is a really strong man. He's got him in the corner, go for a running power slam. And Stevens with a roll up. There's that a low blow in advance? I couldn't really tell, but he's got the pinfall, and Craig Stevens immediately leaves the ring. He's got the pinfall. Referee counted 3. Rage seeing there was a low blow. It was hard to tell. Obviously he would know better than we would, but Craig Stevens scores another victory here this week on Wrestling Showdown.
The original Craig Stevens takes one step closer to potentially challenging Dickie Divers for the Wrestling Showdown Championship at our Summer Spectacular August 4th at the Ice Arena in Kirkcaldy. Next week, Looking Sharp will wrestle Saqib Ali. Management will be watching that contest as well. Divers will. You should too, so hit the subscribe button. Now I mentioned we have live events on August 3rd, 4th and 5th. The 3rd is us in SSW in Lithgow. The 4th is the Ice Arena for our Summer Spectacular. And the 5th is Berwick upon Tweed. Colt Cabana joins us in Linlithgow and in Kirkcaldy. A whole bunch of your W3L favourites will be there across the whole weekend. If you want to know some matches you're going to be seeing, right? Understandable. So you already know that Dickie Divers will be defending the Wrestling Showdown Championship at our Summer Spectacular. You all know Mike Musso will apparently challenge anyone to step up to face him for the Heavyweight Championship at the Summer Spectacular. But I can tell you, in Linlithgow, August 3rd, a huge, massive tag team match has been signed. The SSW champion, Scotland's tallest wrestler, Mikey Ratings, all 7 feet tall, teams up with W3L's Goblin of the Skies, the very good Mr. Ewan G. Mackey, to take on West Lothian's popular star, Caden King, and Colt Cabana. What a tag team match that's going to be. Ratings and Mackey, against Cabana and King. That's going to be shenanigans aplenty. Get yourself to Linlithgow and see that contest August 3rd, along with a whole bunch of other matches as well. And the following day at the Ice Arena, the Summer Spectacular, when Colt Cabana agreed to come to W3L, when he agreed to be part of the Summer Spectacular, he gave W3L management a list of potential opponents for him. One man was at the very top of that list, and that man, smarting from a recent defeat, is more than happy to stick some yank in his place and send them packing. Ladies and gentlemen, at the Summer Spectacular, Colt Cabana will be facing former W3L Heavyweight Champion, the Rock and Roll Express, Blondie Barrett. Wow, it is the dream match that you never knew you wanted to see until now. Cabana versus Barrett. If you know Cabana, you know how much he loves World of Sport. He loves the old British style. And who better at that than Blondie Barrett? So it's going to be like a dream come true for Cabana. And it is going to hopefully, certainly in Barrett's case, be a walkover. He's looking to get back in the heavyweight title hunt. Will he? Can he beat Colt Cabana? Can Cabana prove that his new school stuff is better than the old school Blondie Barrett? You'll find it by being at the Summer Spectacular. And let's be honest, of everything that's been announced, Cabana versus Barrett, more than worth the ticket price alone. All I'm saying. To get your hands on tickets for all three of our events, Linlithgow, Kirkcaldy and Berwick-upon-Tweed, hit up our website, W3LWrestling.com. Make sure you like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, join us on Instagram, subscribe to this very channel. Make sure you use that hashtag W3L Wrestling Showdown. Tell us what you think will happen when Colt Cabana faces Blondie Barrett. What will happen in the big tag team match the night before? Who should face Divers? Who should step up to face Mike Musso? Get in touch, engage with W3L, use that hashtag hovering somewhere above my head and tell us what you want to see. And then make sure you come back in 7 days' time. Looking Sharp takes on Saqib Ali. The winner moves one step closer to challenging for the Wrestling Showdown Championship at the Summer Spectacular. Which man will advance? You'll find out in 7 days here on the W3L Network.